Hey, it's Reina Shaunte back with you with another episode of 40 Days to Looking Younger. You guys know what to do. Go ahead and like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you all for being so wonderful on Instagram. I'm growing. I'm almost at 8,000. Come on. But you guys got to keep up on YouTube. Come on over. Come on over. We partying over there, all right? So I'm going to give you some time. All right, thank you for coming over and liking and subscribing. Okay, so today the tea is going to be about spices. Ooh, spices, honey. We getting spicy over here, y'all. Y'all remember that group back in the day? I think it was it the 90s or early 2000s? Spice Girls. Okay, so tell me what you want, what you really want. I really want. I wanna sing a sing song. If you wanna be my lover, gotta get with my friends. Yes! I remember them, honey. You had Posh Spice, you had Baby Spice, you had Scary Mel. I think that was her name. That was my girl though, but she ended up going to American Idol and being one of the judges on there, honey. She was rocking it. She looked good, honey. So she must have been doing them spices. She must have been using them spices, honey. All of them do though. Because Posh Spice looked good and she ended up marrying that soccer player, honey. That Beckham soccer player, okay? So we over here learning how to be looking good and looking young, and you gonna catch one, honey. You gonna catch them. So yes, we are talking about spices today. Why? Because I really think that is the secret ingredient in the way that a lot of people around the world retain their youth, retain their skin, and, you know, why they stay so vibrant. And, you know, it's just something about certain people, certain cultures, right? It's just something about certain cultures that you're like, oh, I just love their energy, right? So speaking of which, my background is, my dad is from the Caribbean. He's from South America. His family came from Guyana, which is in South America. But it's kind of, you know, it's a Caribbean country, right? So it's right next to Trinidad. Those are Caribbean countries, is right, you know, the islands are right there, Jamaica, you know, Bahamas, all of that is like super, super close. But Guyana is on the top of South America, where, you know, it's close to the water. I don't know. Well, I'm getting like really nervous about talking about, you know, Guyana. Actually, I've never been there, which is maybe that's one of the things I would love to do. Before I get old, I want to really like get there and enjoy it and see what it was like where, you know, my dad grew up. He has very fond memories of being in Guyana, in his country, and, you know, being a kid there. Cause he came here when he was about 12, 13, with his little brothers and sisters. But yeah, he said he loved it. I mean, everything was fresh. You know, he remembers climbing up on the mango trees and grabbing mangoes and eating them fresh and juicy. And, you know, that's one of the fruits that I was just talking about in my video about water, you know, is finding those fruits that are fresh and yummy and juicy. And so he got that from the island that he was from. But one of the main dishes that I love to this day really is curry chicken, right? So usually it was curry chicken, but you can also make curry fish, curry shrimp, curry goat. You know, those are the kind of staples of a Caribbean cuisine, a Caribbean diet, is to make curry chicken, you know, with the roti. That's the bread that goes along with it. And other cultures are like that as well, like Indian cultures and some Asian cultures, Filipino culture, you know, as well, is that they'll make like a super, you know, if it's spicy, and not necessarily hot spicy, but just full of different spices, full of different flavors, seasonings. You know, I'm sort of using spices as interchangeable with seasonings, right? So sort of a lot of different seasonings and spices that goes along with bread, because bread is a very bland, you know, food. It's a very bland food, and it will help to, you know, give a little bit balance to the very seasonal, spicy types of foods, right? So that's what I experienced growing up. And I mean, the food was amazing. The food was amazing growing up. Whenever I would go to my grandma's house, there would always be a pot of curry on the stove. Like literally, my grandma made curry probably every single day, for not just for, you know, her family, but like my granddad, I think he requested that she made curry every day. Hey, a man knows what he wants. He wants his curry, and he got his curry, you know? So, but the thing is that, you know, curry, which, you know, is usually curry chicken has so many different spices. And I know that it's called curry, right? We all think that, I did growing up, that the only spice that's in curry is curry, right? Curry powder, right? And all these different spices, they are like roots. They come from the ground. They come from the earth, right? So the curry powder that was used in all of the cuisines, I thought that was the only thing that was used in curry chicken because that's all you heard. You heard curry, that's it. But come to find out, when I asked for the recipe, when I was a young mom and I was like, well, I'm making all this food, but I want to eat what I want to eat. So let me ask for the recipe, right? Now, they're a little fudgy on the recipes, right? You know how old people are. Well, I just put a dash of this and a sprinkle of that. It's no like real measurements and it's no like real like recipe. Nobody wrote it out or typed it out or anything, right? So I tried to get like exactly what it is that they put in. It may not be everything, but it was definitely more than just curry, right? So you had curry, you had cumin, which is honestly, I think cumin is the most that was used in my grandma's recipe. I don't know about anybody else's, but in my grandma's curry recipe, they use more cumin because not only did my grandma make it, but she taught her daughters to make it. She has 3 daughters and they also cook amazing. And so I think that they use more cumin than curry, but curry is definitely in there. It's in the mix. Now, my grandma curry is Guyanese curry. Maybe Jamaican curry is more curry, curry powder. But I kind of find out that we use in my family more cumin, which is another amazing spice, than curry. And so it was cumin, curry, it was nutmeg. Come on, huh? Nutmeg. Now you always hear about nutmeg being in like pies, like pumpkin pie, like sweet potato pie. Nutmeg is in the curry chicken. All right. So we got curry, we got cumin, we got nutmeg, and we got cinnamon. Cinnamon. Okay, so cinnamon is in there. And cinnamon, what I am finding out is that cinnamon is a like super spice, okay? And there is a certain type of cinnamon that people are like raving over right now, okay? So I'm gonna just show you that right now. So this is Ceylon cinnamon. Now, I found out about this from another YouTuber influencer. I think I told you about her before. Jenny Beauty. I love her. She's really informative, and she recommended this Ceylon cinnamon. It's a certain type of cinnamon. So it's not just all cinnamon, but this type of cinnamon is supposed to work wonders. It's supposed to do everything. It's a superfood. You know how they come out with a superfood every couple of years? Like kale was one of them at one time. Right? Beets was one of them at one time. So this is a superfood that we're going with this year. All right. So, but they say it helps with weight loss. I was like, oh, I got to get that, honey. I got to give me that. So Ceylon cinnamon is special. But cinnamon in general is great. And not only does cinnamon go into desserts, we already knew that. Like you make apple pie and a sweet potato pie and pumpkin pie with cinnamon and the nutmeg and such. But you can also use it in your drinks, right? So that's what I do. A lot of stuff that I do is I put these spices inside of my teas. So spices aren't just for your food, but it is very, very good in your tea. So I'll add the Ceylon cinnamon to my tea, even if I don't, make some kind of dish or anything like that, because I want to make sure that I am taking that daily if it says it has all the benefits that it has, right? So I feel like it's doing good. I've had it for maybe a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. And I just, I feel great. I feel good. Cinnamon, that's the name of the game. I look like, my complexion is cinnamon. So let's go, with the cinnamon. I do the cinnamon all day and all night. But as far as that goes, yeah, so with the curry, I found out there was a lot of different spices that were used, but those are the main ones. And salt and pepper, so we always do salt. And I always do pink salt. Yeah, I usually do the Himalayan pink salt because it is better than just regular salt. Ladies and gentlemen, if y'all ain't off the regular salt, and pepper, I've been off it for years, okay? So I don't do just iodized salt. I think that's what it is. And, because first of all, it's too much, blood pressure, diabetes, and, too much stuff running in my family to not start to change, something. And salt is a main thing that was causing a lot of high blood pressure, in my family. So I've been using pink salt, Himalayan salt, for years now. And it's great. It's healthy. It has a lot of benefits. You don't even need to use a lot of it because you can taste it right away. Right? It's very pungent. It's concentrated. So I always use that kind of salt, and I always use cayenne pepper. So I don't use the regular black pepper because I heard some studies about the regular black pepper that it starts to tear at the lining of your stomach. Okay, so I don't know if you guys do that. So we don't really use the regular just white pepper and regular, black pepper. We're a little fancy and we're trying to be healthy. We're trying to do better. We're evolving, every year. So I just wanted to put that out there in case you guys didn't know. That might be something that, I was thinking that everybody's doing, but maybe not everybody's onto it yet. So yeah, definitely the Himalayan salt and the cayenne pepper. Cayenne pepper is supposed to be very good for you. It comes from cayenne, the pepper cayenne. Like you can literally buy a pepper. Now with the regular type of black pepper, I'm not sure, I don't know. Is there a black pepper? I'm not sure. Or if that's, a chemical that they put together. I don't know. I'm not sure. But whatever I learned, whatever, if you know better, you do better. So I'm learning more. I'm doing better when I hear, that there are better options for me, my body, for my family. So that's what I usually use. Those are the main things that I use in my dishes when I make like Caribbean dishes. Now, when I went to India, they had a lot of spicy food. Now I'm talking about hot spicy food there too. So not only was it very flavorful and it had all of the different flavors, which was yummy and it was tasty. And even when we said that we wanted mild, it was still spicy. We were such punks. We were such American punks with our taste buds. Like, cause I was like, maybe I could do a little bit of spice, just like mild, right? Like a mild spice. But yeah, when we said mild spice, it was spicy. So we had to say no spice and it was still spice, but at least it wasn't like we can like taste it burning our tongue, I can't even imagine how the medium and the hot taste. I can't even go there. I can't even go with the medium and the hot. But I tried to stay on no spice because I knew that there would be just still a little bit of spice in there. But it was, let me tell you, it was so delicious. All the foods there, they were so yummy. They were so good. It was different. It was all dynamic. It was so complex. It was like a party going on in my mouth, when I had those different foods. And good thing that we did have like the naan bread, they did have, like creamy based, drinks, chai. They had things that chai is spicy. That's a drink that is spice, but it's not, hot spicy. It's just, it gives you a little kick, but it's not hot. But it is very good. It's a great spice drink. And I started to drink more chai when I came back from India because I like chai. I like chai a lot. I was doing Thai tea. And I still love Thai tea, but I do more chai tea and they told me, look, I got corrected, right? Because they say chai actually means tea. So when you say chai tea, you're saying tea. You're saying, may I have some tea? So that's, so I learned that. So it's just chai. Like it's just tea. Like if I want to ask for tea, I can ask for tea. But for Indian, like I went to Starbucks in Indian, which it was so good, y'all. Let me tell you, like the Starbucks, the McDonald's, all the fast food things that we have here, it's different over in other countries. And in India, I was at the Starbucks in India and I got the chai. It was so good. This chai was so good. Oh my gosh. It was so yummy. So that's the thing too, is like, there are drinks that have, different spices in it that you can drink. And then there's also spices that you can put inside of your drink. So here's another thing that I also use in my teas, turmeric. Okay. Now turmeric, as we know, that's another like hot thing. Everybody was like into the turmeric, at one time, but turmeric is wonderful. You can put turmeric into any of your dishes. It's a very, pungent, it's a strong, flavor, texture. This is the powder. I do have a turmeric root, like something that like actually grew, from the ground. I went to this market. I don't know if I should call it like an ethnic market. I'm ethnic, so I don't know why it should be like an ethnic market, but it is. Like it literally had different language, written up on the signs. But it was very nice. All the fruits and the vegetables were fresh. They had all these roots and things that you don't see at like at a Ralph's or like a Walmart or anything, so they had turmeric root. So I got it. So I have fresh turmeric root. But what I do with this one is I put this in my tea, right? So I just add this to my tea because why? It's healthy. It's good for you. They say it's great. So I'm going to use things that's good for me, that's healthy for me, because I want to keep my body healthy. I don't want to get sick. I want to be strong. I want to be smart. I want to be effective. I want to get things done. I want to make a difference in this world. So I'm going to do things, weird things, like put turmeric in my tea. All right. So that's another trick that I use you know, to make me look good, to make me feel good. All right. So we're doing the turmeric. We got the chai that we're going to be doing more of. Okay. And then we got the Himalayan salt. We got the cayenne pepper. We got the cumin. We got the curry and the nutmeg. Yes. Then also what I do love as well is this CCFT. Okay. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's kind of bright because I got my lights on. But it's called CCFT. This is recommended by my yoga teacher, okay? My yoga teacher is amazing, Lynn James. Hey, girl, woo woo. Shout out. So whenever we do like seasonal fast, she'll say to get this CCFT. Now, this is like a huge bag. I've used about half of it, maybe a little less than half. But it has cumin, coriander, and fennel in it. Isn't that crazy? Like fennel is something that a lot of people use as a seasoning for chicken. It's very, very good on like roasted chicken. Fennel is a very good seasoning spice, you know, that you can use. But this is tea, honey. Okay. But I didn't know anything about this until, you know, my yoga teacher recommended it. It's a Ayurvedic tea, which means it's like a cleansing tea, but it's from like an Indian culture, right? So a lot of things that, you know, different cultures do, they do it out of just strictly health, like taking care of your body, taking care of your temple. It's so many things that I think that we miss out on, being in a country that is abundant. You know, we can have, and, you know, we can go to a fast food place and get anything that we want, and, you know, but is it healthy to our bodies, you know? So that's the thing, is like a lot of these cultures may seem like they're not as rich and, you know, as abundant as America, but then they do the things that really do matter, that take care of your body and make sure, you know, that you stay healthy and not sick and strong, you know, and live long. So things like this, I picked up and I was just like, I want to use this quite often. So it comes in like little, if you can see, it's like little seeds. So you can either put that directly in your teacup, or you can, I have a little container that you can use to put into your tea, like your tea thermos, or you can put into a mug, and you can put the little seeds in there so the seeds aren't everywhere and getting in your mouth, but you're just drinking, you know, like the juice or the water from the tea that's infused from the seeds. So that's another thing that I do to continue to stay strong, stay healthy, because hey, why not, right? I'm getting all these, you know, downloads from different people, different sources. And I just wanted to, you know, just share that with you, that these spices, y'all can't sleep on these spices now. You know, you can't sleep on these spices. They're for a reason. And it's so interesting to me is, you know, like as small as like a spice, you know, getting into your body and changing your body and making you better, you know, allowing you to evolve into a more healthier, more vibrant, more beautiful person. But then you think about all the other gook and junk that you put in your body. And it's like, well, what is that doing to me? You know, it really makes you think, right? So that's the thing that I wanted to just share with you guys today, is to really think about the little small things that you do that really make a difference in your life and in your body and in your health. And then it'll make you say no to those things that are not good for you at all. And you know they're not, right? You know they're not. Like candy. Like I literally had a bag of Skittles yesterday, and I was like, why did I just eat Skittles? I don't eat Skittles, you know, because I ate them and I was just like, I wasn't even satisfied, you know, because I just saw them and I was like, ooh, Skittles. It was a small pack. It was one of those little baby packs, but still, I shouldn't have had them, you know. But just thinking about that, it's like I could have had a nice cup of Ayurvedic tea that could have been life-changing for me. So now I'm kind of doing damage control. I'm like, I had a pack of candy, and now I have to do extra stuff. I got to work out. I got to drink water. I got to do all these things to get that toxic out of my body, you know? So let's start thinking about saying no to those things that are not going to add to our health and our beauty and our strength, and then saying yes to all the good things that's for me. All right. So that's all I have today. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you next time. Bye.